but this is the RAW HM1000 pump. The Air Gun Advisor is brought to you in part by Air Guns of Arizona, High Pressure Pneumatics, Hot Sun USA, Rapid Airworks, and Athlon Optics. You'll find links to these and more in the comments down below. Welcome back to the Air Gun Advisor. I'm Chad Kentner, and this is the new RAW pump air gun. Now, this is not just any old pump air gun. This is an accessory that you can get for any of your RAW air guns with a new style cocking lever on it. And let me tell you, this thing is sweet. It takes about 10 minutes to install, and it's a treat to shoot. So before I get shooting it, let's go to the install video and show you just how easy this thing really is. Let's go. All right, here we are at the shop. I want to point out I got the Kyola mat here. Helps to keep everything from rolling off. And then I'm also going to be using Fix-It sticks tools. They're awesome tools, both available on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. But the kit does come with some Allen wrenches, and you got your screws that are going to mount the arm, as well as the screws to mount on the M-LOK rails down below. So very simple installation here. First, you're going to want to take that slide, and you're going to slide it off onto that plastic piece I have in my right hand here. You'll notice you get everything lined up, because if you take it off without lining it up, the ball bearings can fall out, and then you're going to have to replace those ball bearings in the slide. Don't want to do that. And you'll notice one end you cannot slide off of, so great option for storing that as you go ahead and install the rest of this. Go ahead and get these M-LOK screws on there. Now, the smaller screws that I'm installing are if you do not have any kind of extra Arca rail or anything on your air gun. Now, Air Force and RAW, they do sell a gray Ops Arca rail, which is an awesome add-on. I actually use that same gray Ops Arca rail on my HM1000X Mini 30. Great for a bipod, love using it. And we're going to go ahead and use this. I love the Fix-It sticks because you'll notice that on that T-wrench, easy to use, get a little pressure on there. And then there's that black piece in there, which will allow you to spin it once you get everything kind of rolling in there. But we got the M-LOK on there, all set, ready to go. Really, this is pretty much the only thing you have to install on the gun. So here you go. Got my HM1000 22 mini, or I should say micro. We're going to go ahead and put that on there. Notice we're going to use the first and third M-LOK slot there, and then the first and fourth hole on that piece. So we'll go ahead and screw that in there. Now that rail is installed, we're going to go ahead and grab our torque wrench that comes with the Fix-It sticks meant for firearms and air gun use. I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down to about 20 to 25 inch-pounds. Just tight enough that I know that they're not going to come loose very easily. There's also some Loctite on these screws when it comes in the package, so that will also help to keep it nice and tight. As mentioned earlier, these Fix-It sticks can be picked up on Amazon. I also believe that Air Guns of Arizona, as well as some other air gun retailers, sell these. Now that rail's in there, we're going to take the little plastic piece that we were storing the guide or that slider on, match it up perfectly. This is very important. You don't want those little tiny ball bearings to fall out. Slide it right onto that rail once you get it all lined up. And again, those ball bearings shouldn't fall out if you do it correctly. There we go. Now that that slide is installed, it's super smooth. One of the nice things about this accessory is the fact of how smooth it is. Now we're going to go ahead and add the pump arm. Now there's 4 screws down there. Now there's 4 screws that hold this pump arm on. Let's go ahead and install those by hand at first. And actually I'll use some of the bits here to tighten down in there to get them rolling. And again, there's going to be a little bit of Loctite on these, so you go snug them up. But that Loctite should help hold everything still. Let's go ahead and fast forward through this part. Pretty self-explanatory here, and we'll get to the next step. All right, now that the slide has been installed, we got those 4 screws nice and tight. We're going to go ahead and attach the lever. Now that lever gets attached to the cocking arm of the air gun. You're going to have to go ahead and swap out the cocking handle on that cocking arm. So to remove that handle, you're just going to go ahead and use your Allen key here. unscrew it. There's like a little set screw in there. It's not a set screw because it's not setting on anything, but it kind of inserts there. It's just a very simple mechanism. Go ahead and undo that, and then we'll replace the other one. Matter of fact, as I unscrew this, you'll notice it's down inside the handle there. Hard to see, but you'll get the idea. Pretty easy to do. We'll take the other one. Now this goes up inside of the handle with that cocking arm for the slide, and then into the cocking arm itself. So you're going to go ahead and screw that in there, hand tighten it, just like so. Very easy to do. And then you'll notice there is a bolt on the bottom that's going to get inside there. Now those two spacers, those spacers are to help you if you have an Arca rail. Since I do not have an Arca rail, I do not need that. And we'll go ahead, those things are slippery. Go ahead and stick that in the bottom of the handle, and we'll screw it in there, and that keeps everything tight and doesn't allow things to fall out. Super simple installation. I mean, that's pretty much it right there in a nutshell. It's ready to go. Got it tight. Oh, gotta show you how that works. Love that little collar on there. It allows you to spin the wrench nice and freely by keeping some tension on it. There you go. Screw it in. All set. You can see just me barely even moving that. It allows that whole cocking arm to move. And we will go ahead and do about 20 to 25 inch-pounds again, just to kind of make sure it's all set in there. No big deal. Nice and easy. And I love that tool for that purpose. It's also good for scope rings as well. And you can buy that tool by itself. You don't need to get the whole set. But that is that tool, but in and of itself, is probably the reason to go ahead and get something like the Fix-It Sticks. Now look at that, nice and smooth, and we're all done. Let's go ahead and take it to the range. Try some shooting offhand at these silhouette targets by RX Target Systems. Oh, the last one! Oh, I hate it when you miss the last one. But we got it done anyway. Absolutely love this raw pump handle that we can add on to almost, or any Rapid Air Works air gun. Absolutely love it.